Once upon a time, deep in the sparkling blue ocean, there lived a shy little fish named Finny. He had shimmering scales that twinkled like stars, but Finny wasn't like the other fish. He was quiet and liked to stay close to the coral reefs, watching the world above the water from below. One bright, sunny day, while swimming near the surface, Finny saw something curious. A big, shiny bubble floated above him, glistening in the sunlight. The bubble was so beautiful, he couldn't help but swim closer to it. As he nudged the bubble with his nose, something magical happened. It wrapped around him, and before he knew it, Finny was floating upwards, away from the deep ocean and toward the surface. He was scared at first. What if I can't breathe up there? He wondered. But to his surprise, he could breathe just fine. The bubble allowed him to breathe air, and he gently floated to the top of the water, where he saw something amazing, land. From where he floated, Finny could see a whole new world. The sky was vast and blue, with fluffy white clouds drifting lazily. There were tall trees with branches reaching for the sun, and colorful flowers blooming everywhere. There were animals too, deer, rabbits, and even some curious birds that swooped down to take a look at the tiny fish floating in his bubble. The rabbit hopped closer. "Well, I'm Sally. It's nice to meet you. You can stay with me, and I'll show you around." Finny felt a warm feeling inside. Sally was kind, and she didn't mind that he was a fish. They went on little adventures together. They visited a meadow where butterflies danced in the air and a stream where Finny could dip his fins and splash water with Sally. As the days passed, Finny realized he was no longer afraid. One day, as they walked by a patch of flowers, Sally said, "I'm glad you came up here, Finny. Sometimes we need to step outside our comfort zone to see all the wonderful things we never knew existed." Finny nodded. He had discovered so many new things, and he'd made new friends too. He had learned that trying something new, something scary at first, could lead to the best adventures. As the sun began to set, Finny's bubble floated gently back toward the ocean. He was sad to leave his new friends, but also excited to go back home with stories to share. He promised Sally that he would visit again. From that day on, Finny wasn't as shy anymore. He had learned that the world was full of surprises, and sometimes, you just had to take a leap, or float, into the unknown to find the magic. And so, every time Finny saw a shiny bubble, he smiled and wondered where it would take him next.